Hi everybody, it's Divine Diva 222 and I'm here with you for another reading, and I'm gonna tell you my downloads weren't nice. I've been emotional all day. It's almost as somebody's tapping into my energy because I didn't call this energy in. It just seems like somebody's just frantic, they have anxiety, but also when you feel those type of emotions, what it does is it gives you a push, it gives you some type of strength. Like for some reason I just saw a male figure, like an uncle, worried, going back and forth, but to me it seems like somebody didn't want to get married, was scared to get married, or there was some news that this person had found out about himself, like he's gonna get into deep trouble. That's what I'm picking up. There's so many energies as well, and you're probably gonna hear me crying because I cannot hold it in, and that's what God does not want us to do, because it causes destruction. It causes us to have anger inside, and when we don't heal correctly and we don't take time to heal, some of you have gotten the worst news ever. It could be for some either death in the family, or you found out that you're not going to live for long. Some of you have found out you're not the father of your child. Some of you have found out the woman that you thought was only yours was a whole bridge of people. That she was doing a whole bridge of, because I saw a bridge and it had a lot of people on it. And this woman is a prostitute. You probably didn't know this at the time before you were getting married, or at the time, or you found out after, I don't know, or you found out before, because this person was going back and forth like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's as if I was there and it was a wedding and I wanted to know what was going on. I want you to know, each and every one of you, if you have lost someone or there's some bad news, that there are times when loss is a part of life, and sometimes a loss is like a welcome. Like when you leave a situation that is not aligned with your highest good, sometimes a loss is sudden and painful. Like when you lost someone that you love, that's crossed over, like in death. Regardless of the nature of what happened, and you are the one that has control over it, and tears are necessary, as is grief. And I want to tell you guys, when you repress the natural ways of dealing with loss, and you try to move too quickly, that pain is not processed correctly, and it's gonna haunt you, it's gonna destroy you. All right, in so many ways that you have no idea. And I'm gonna tell you, you don't want to do that, because for me, I feel like crying right now, but I can't. It's like it's bottled up, and this is how some of you feel. And instead of letting your heart break and open wide to feel the loss, to embrace it, to accept it, you're not seeing the beauty in it. Like some of you, there's lessons to be learned. And know that is past. You have to let go and know that it's already happened. There's nothing that you can do about it. But it will get better. Believe me, it will get better. because you open up more as a person, and you're going to learn compassion for yourself, and have compassion for the world and for people in it, because love is what heals. It heals all. Okay, knowing that God is surrounding you. I'm telling you right now, my faith, I have the most daring confidence in this faith here, in God's grace. I am so sure of it. I'm certain that I can stake my life on it 1,000 times, let's say 1,000,000 times. And you know who said that? Martin Luther King. That he knows faith is a living, daring confidence in God's grace. He's so sure of it, certain, that he will stake his life on it 1,000 times. Many of you are not doing that. Many of you, when things arise, the first thing that happens is stress, which is a human thing for us to do because that's what we're taught. But if you embrace it and learn how to deal with it, and not even learn how to deal with it, just say, God, take it. And he will. There's nothing that, if God sacrificed himself for us, the love he had for us, why can't we sacrifice when we do love someone? But why can't we sacrifice people and things for ourselves? We need to learn to do that. Many of you, somebody's going to visit you. Someone's going to visit you, and you need to be prepared. You need to prepare your mind for the action. You have to have self-control, like I keep telling you guys, that we are representatives of God, divine masculine and divine feminine, and whoever you are in this world. Okay? You need to set your hope fully on the grace that God has given you. Because God's watching us, every move that we make. If someone comes to you in a hot-headed mannerism, and because you said no, or because they're not going to get their way and they're going to act a certain way, you just have to show them different. If we repay people the same way that they repay us, how is the world ever going to learn? And today, God confirmed everything. I feel something is coming. I don't know what it is. I don't know who it is, but I feel it in my bones. For me and for many of you. Today, my son's teacher called. Okay, after all this feeling, all these emotions and, people's energy, I'm praying at the same time. She calls me and she starts it off like she's about to give me the most damaging news, right? So I'm like gripping my hands, like what else? I'm here feeling these people's energy. What else can go wrong? Because I know people send out bad energy, intentions. They have. She says, your son is the most amazing, incredible kid ever that I've ever encountered. And I said, that's what we do. That's how we want to treat everyone. We want to be amazing and incredible so people could see the difference. She goes on and tells me the story. And there was a kid that had a very troublesome day, and he was not responding well. And my son approached him and said, I have a feeling someone's bullying you. And if that's the case, don't let them win. by this action, by the way you're showing things. He told them, let's love our enemies. Let's love those that do us wrong. And to me, that was confirmation. Some of them are going to come back and they're going to beg you, probably for a second chance. And some people just have bad news. And I'm going to say it again. If God has sacrificed himself for the love that he has for us, we need to sacrifice for the love that we have for ourselves. We need to move forward. It's time to sail away to the path that God has for us. And I kept hearing, you're on the right path. We need to make a decision, and we need to make it in a respectful way. We need to see people through God's eyes. We need to speak to them in their higher self. They might not be acting that way. And I'm getting some of them are coming back to win at all cost. It's all a joke. Even if it's the truth, they're going through all of it, they're not gonna last because they didn't do the work. When you break up, you don't jump under another person, because if that other person calls them back, they're going to go. People need to learn from their lesson, and you could be the one that's gonna push them further, and God is using you. Some of these people don't believe in God, and some of them are starting to. Okay? These people are in their dark shadows. They're being tormented. But they have to understand, through all this, God has a perfect plan. This is the secret to life. Is everything that falls apart, it's to set you off to the journey to getting what you need to do to get, or where you need to be, or whom to connect to. And today a friend of mine said, Isa, we are all connected. All of us are connected. Some of them feel deserted, as if some of their soul has perished. Like, I'm telling you, there's going to be a news that someone's going to pass away or someone is sick. This is a very trying time. Some people do not believe what they're seeing. They're putting these moments that has occurred, all these death, all of this evil in the air today. They're saying it's like every other time. There's been so many murders for centuries. Okay, yeah, they have been. And the reason why we know about it is because of the internet. Yeah, and that's why the internet exists. No one can say there hasn't been a rise in evil lately. After COVID, it's just been one after the other. There's not a second that a child is not gone or someone hasn't died. Let me tell you, many people are reaping their karma. They're reaping. It's either going to be good in March. March is a new beginning. It's spring. Everything dies so new can come in. Do you understand what spring is all about? It's a season where things are going to be sprouting. And these people, that some of these things are happening, their seed is staying in the ground, is growing backwards, because that's whom they seeked. They seek darkness. They did things quickly to get quick results. Everything good takes time and patience, where most of you don't have it. You want that person like this. You want that job like this. You want that money like this. You want that status like this. Many of you are not getting women and men with who you are, but you're doing spell work. You're forcing it. You're cowards. You're stealing people's free will. You're manipulating their minds to the point is they lost their mind. Some of them has gone and done some really bad things and they're going to jail. All for the love of money. For some reason, there was this OnlyFans girl that kept coming to my feed all the time. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, the feed just kept on exploding with it. And it's like God telling me that these are the women that are failing. They're failing to understand is that selling their bodies for purses and for men and tricking men and doing things have consequences. We don't, as parents, we cannot and we should not cover this. This girl's death should be an awakening. It should be a lesson for those to wake up to. We need, and there goes the ambulance. We need to wake up to what's the truth, not cover it up. Nothing could be covered up. The world is in the light. The earth, the planet is in light right now. For anyone that tries to cover for this girl's murder and why she got murdered is doing a really huge injustice. Young girls out there need to realize this is what will happen. And it's happening worldwide. It's just that people are covering up for it. Today's Bible, the scripture, landed on Ezekiel. And today when I was going through the scripture, the name John kept coming up. And there's somebody with the letter D or the letter M. It just kept coming up, kept coming up, kept coming up. And for John, you had plans that was in your heart. But our plans, God laughs at it. We could plan all day, every day. It's not going to happen the way we want it. Only God's purpose prevails. Only the Lord's purpose prevails. And it's funny because I kept hearing somebody saying, I'm going to plan this, I'm going to plan that. And all I can do is laugh because I'm like, let it go. Just live your life. Do what you need to. Surrender when a job doesn't work or somebody meddles in your love life or you found out your husband's been cheating on you and has another family. Let him go. That's great it happened. It's a blessing in disguise. Don't fight it. Don't go back because he got you a bigger ring, because he's sorry. There was a great segment on TikTok when a lady broke a plate and say sorry. Sorry. Did the plate glue back together? No. Sorry doesn't make things right, but change does. And moving forward is what is the best thing you can do. It's not your good deeds. It's moving forward to what is for you. The job that's for you, the place you're supposed to live, who you're supposed to be with. Not because of what somebody has or not what could somebody do for you. Ezekiel, you know what the book of Ezekiel is? The book of Ezekiel is the vision, the call, and the mission. It shows me the 4 angels that will appear in the sky. Not the 3 angel, but the 4. All right? Ezekiel is a very important book. It talks about when God strengthens him. So many of you have gained strength. Okay, I'm going to tell you the music that I heard and what God has explained what each song, which I was failing to do, and I didn't understand it until today. All right? Ezekiel is a very important message. I don't know if your birthday is March 16, but I keep seeing these verses like birth dates. So March 16 can be your birthday, but there's an important message on 3:16. Ezekiel 3:16. Look it up. 3:16 through 21. Look it up. Okay, it speaks of the vision, call, and commission that a lot of us have to go forward in. We cannot move backwards. We're not built to do it. Our eyes look forward and our feet point forward. We're not built going back. Going back is going back to somebody else's reasoning, going back to someone else's plans, when God has the plan for you up front, where you have the stability. This, God cannot give it to you if you go backwards. There's no way God can give you this. This is why you think that nothing's happening. So you're doubting. I'm telling you, somebody is doubting something. Somebody is doubting their dreams, the dreams that they have. They have dreams telling them to go forward on why they should. God has shown you somebody's true colors. But God's also teaching us and giving us signs on how to deal with it. These people have gone through hell. And I can feel it. They wanted this for us and they got it. But it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it okay. I'm not the type of person that says, I'm glad that's what they get. I'm okay. I'm breathing. I want them to do this, to be the same, but it's the law. It's the law. Universal law. It's God's law that what you want and you do to someone, it's gonna happen to you. Your words belong to you. Your actions belong to you. Do you understand? It might not happen in the same manner, but it will happen. That's none of our business. Our business is to mind it and stay in our lane and move forward. Our ship has came in and we have to go. Somebody's ship is coming in. I heard madman on the water. So somebody's pissed. They found out some shit. They're taking a boat. They don't care. They're coming back. It's either a boat or a plane. I don't know what it is, but somebody's coming. I heard madman in the water because this person has not dealt with their loss. They have not seen the lesson that they were to learn. They want to come back because you were the option. It's like thank you, Spirit. Spirit's like, no, that's what they did. That person will always be there. So they went after something they thought was going to work with someone that in their eyes was more beautiful than you. They said, you're not going, you weren't going anywhere. You're there waiting. That's 6 of Cups. They misread that. You wasn't waiting for them. You were doing your work. You were doing your inner work. You were listening. You were sitting and meditating in solitude. To them, they took it as, I'm waiting for this person to come back. Many of them are going to be heartbroken. This is going to be the last thing they could possibly feel. This destruction is going to cause them, it's not my job to say any of that, because I didn't get any of that message, but I'm not going to say it. But many of them, and it's their choice whether they let this bad news make them, or they're gonna dig deeper in a hole. It's not our job to save, fix, or heal anyone that does not want it for themselves, guys. We're gonna fall in the same pit. We are going to have that same karma that they have. We're gonna carry those burdens if we go backwards. God cannot save those who do not save themselves. Yes, you can lose an opportunity if you do not take it. Ezekiel, this book also speaks of prophecies concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Your birthday could be January 1. Okay, I'm picking up January 1 here. And is it January? No, I'm sorry. Thank you, Spirit. January 24. Read 1:24. Chapter 1:24. Okay? It speaks of prophecies, symbols of coming of judgment. March 22nd. Read chapter 3:22 through 27. I'm telling you, I see these numbers like birthdays. So I'm guided to say it as is, but it's chapters. Okay? So the book of Ezekiel, again, speaks about strengthening. Somebody has gained some strength to move forward. Okay? There's an important message on 3:16 through 21. Prophecies concerning Judah and Jerusalem. Okay? This could be 2 people. And it could be 2 places, 2 people in different places. Okay? About symbols of coming of judgment. Many of you are under God's judgment, and you are being called into judgment, and you know why. You know where your money went. You know who you paid and what for. Okay? Something about siege. Chapter 4, verse 1 through 3. Something about being exiled. Chapter 4, 4 through 8. Somebody has been exiled, like their whole family, friends, whatever community has kicked them out. It was an organization, it's a religion, it's a tradition, it's a family here. Okay? Somebody has gone through hardships. Okay? It could be a Libra, because I see a balancing, that balancing the justice. It could be a Libra here. It could be somebody that works for the court. It could be a lawyer. Okay? And then it also speaks of fate. Okay, somebody's fate. Chapter 5, 1 through 17. Write these down, people, because the Bible will tell you exactly what you need to know. Because if I go through all of this, okay, it's gonna take more than an hour. And I want to give out some more messages. And there's a hand of God with the fist and banging on the table. The Judas enemies. That's what I see. Okay? And there's a lot in the Bible. Ammonites, Moabites, Edomites, Philistines, many more like Egyptians, Assyrians. You have to read all of it. It's Judah's enemies, okay? You guys are under judgment. It's like you guys are Judas, like kiss people and then betray them. And then the book of Ezekiel talks about the future. So now here, everything I said, step by step, okay? Now it's about the future kingdom, chapter 33 through 48. The prophecies of the future kingdom is in here. And then there's a vision of revival. The people that are led and cared for by David's shepherd. And then I see an establishment, a vision of an establishment. So it's like prophecies of future kingdom and visions of revival. And then it's like being led and cared for by someone. And then I saw the whole vision of establishment. Please read the book of Ezekiel. There's a lot in here concerning judgment and betrayal and God's judgment. Okay, God's throwing down judgment. The book of Ezekiel is a very important book. If you can break it down to what I just said. Now, I'm going to get the piece of paper that when I was listening to music, okay? I heard Elton John, Tiny Dancer. Someone here is going to marry a musician. This musician could be in LA. You can love to dance or maybe sing. I don't know, but when I hear that song, I kept hearing the name John. It could be a John out here that is a musician, or your name could start with a J. I kept hearing you might have had plans in your heart, but God's plan and purpose is the one that prevails. This is going to ring big time for somebody here. Then Bohemian Rhapsody, okay, by Queen. This song right here blew everybody's minds when it came out, okay? And this song talks about confession, okay? This is something that I failed to explain to you guys. And the confession of somebody did kill for some, and somebody murdered somebody in the past, and it's come back to haunt them. They're even getting haunted dreams about it. All right? Some people are coming in to say goodbye. They're facing the truth, and they just want to say goodbye, because they know they're not going to see you. Okay? These people are like, it doesn't matter anymore. Nothing, just like the song says, nothing really matters to me anymore. Nothing really matters. So these people are just done. It's like they got caught and they want to say goodbye. Some of them do not want to die. They found out they're ill, mostly HIV. Okay. And yeah, it's heart-wrenching because I can feel this person's energy. It's like they're, whew. So many people are facing their truth. Someone is pleading for a mother to let her son go. Just let him leave, and she will not. But this person does not care anymore. They just built up this strength and they're just moving forward for some of you. This song is about confession and how different life, like this, let me tell you something. This person right here that I'm speaking to, it's like you're kind of contemplating on how your life could have been different and how much happier you could have been if you were just able to be yourself your whole entire life and not make up a certain other person, or not wear a mask, I should say. Okay. Then I got Fleetwood Mac, Landslide. Okay. Some of the times Spirit will play music that, because I love old time music. I'm like an old soul. So many of the times it'll be like last night I kept getting Post Malone all day and Chris Brown. So many of you do like these artists, okay? Like Post Malone and Chris Brown and stuff like that. But I'm getting like somebody loves old time music here, because these songs, or Spirit sometimes sends me the song accordingly to what songs I like to listen to. So Fleetwood Mac came. Somebody could be called Mac, or somebody could call somebody Mac, Big Mac or Mac Daddy or whatever. That's what I'm hearing right now. And the song Landslide came out. And Landslide, when you hear it, it's about fear of losing everything for just a dream. A fear of everything coming out, crashing down on you, not knowing how you're going to hold things together in a pursuit of just a dream. And then I heard, like, shaking my head, like, unless you people see signs and wonders, Jesus told them, you will never believe. It's like you need proof. You've gotten the dream. You've gotten these downloads so many times. You've gotten signs, synchronicity, but yet you doubt. And that's why many of you have lost your opportunity with a person, with a door that was open. Some of you have closed doors on the past, people, on your family, and you're moving forward to what makes sense. But you keep doubting. And don't doubt what God puts in your head. Do not doubt. Follow your heart. The devil cannot enter your heart, dude. You're the one that's bottling it up. You closed your own heart. The devil cannot manipulate it. Spell work can't manipulate your heart. Only your mind. I'm getting that many of you, it's lifted. You're confused, but your heart is telling you something. Why aren't you listening to your heart? And I'm getting that song. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. God's calling for you. Listen to your heart. No one can touch your heart but you. Open your heart wide. Cry it. Scream. Do what you need to do to heal. Go to the beach. I'm getting somebody who likes to go near the water. Go. Scream out there. Do what you need to do. I'm telling you, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel calmer. And as I'm listening to these songs, I am feeling calmer. Yesterday was crazy. I was getting Post Malone. I was getting some rap music. Some people love the rap and stuff like that, which is not bad at all. Like, I love Eminem. His words are fire because he's been through all of that. Look where Eminem's life, my God, like sometimes when I listen to the songs, I cry because I can pick up when he sings with his past. Eminem sings and he's releasing the past. And it makes me cry because I can feel it. I'm gifted, so I can feel his energy. Everything that breaks you makes you. Eminem, how many times he's gotten ridiculed? He's white. He does something, somebody black ridicules him. Rap don't belong to black people. If you are creative and you are an artist, rap belongs to everybody. That's your life you're rapping about. You're rapping everything in a song to put out. It could be an African American. Nothing belongs to anybody. Everybody should embrace everything that you can do. We're all connected. Each and every. That's why some artists are for some people. And there's some that it's not for. Some people don't listen to Lenny Kravitz. Some people don't understand Lenny Kravitz. But Lenny Kravitz's music became bomb when Lisa Bonet left him. I mean, he was always bomb, but he became like, bam, like that album 5, that's amazing. His mother passing, hear that song. It's an amazing song. Sometimes what we have inside like sometimes when I'm feeling some type of emotion and I want to deal with it, I paint. I don't care. My paint might not be perfect to you, but it helped me somehow. And someone's eyes are going to see my paintings and say, that's incredible. Everybody's different. Everybody reacts to different people in a different way. No one's perfect. Then I got Hotel California. And then I saw eagles. And I'm like, whoa, okay. It's starting to make sense. Somebody's from California. Somebody went to California. Somebody's from California. Somebody had a double life. Like they really live in California, but they lie. They never live there. That they just go there for maybe vacation or family or something. But this person has a family there. But some people that live in California probably living in a hotel. Some people, they just can't make it. They can't make ends meet. All right. But when I heard Hotel California, I focused on what the song was about. And the song focuses on excessive materialism of California. California is very materialistic. If you go to California, it's all materialistic. People getting plastic surgery, they all want to look perfect on the outside, but rotting in the end. They're worried about the stupid shit. They're not worried about their body. They're not worrying about dying on the table. They're worrying about how they're going to look to other people. Not for themselves. It's a lie when they say, I just want to feel good about myself. If you want to feel good about yourself, honey bunch, do some inner work. Stop smoking excessively. Stop doing excessive drugs. Stop having unprotected sex. Stop having multiple partners and I'm hearing, had more partners in a 24-hour period. Somebody just is using that for money, but messing up their soul. Walking around with dead souls like zombies because of want money, because of where they're sitting. Dude, I got a roof over my head. I got food. Who cares? At least I'm not exploiting myself. I don't gotta look rich to feel rich. I am the richest person up in here. Nobody can tell me I'm not a billionaire because my health is intact. My life is protected. I got the best soul family that supports me and got my back. And that is God and everything that comes with God, with light. The Father of light, the God of light, not the God of darkness. The ones you guys call God. Because to me, there ain't no damn God. That Lucifer ain't no damn God to me. You all know what I'm talking about. Those that have conjured and paid shit against me, it didn't happen. You don't need proof. I am your proof. I know what you try to do to me in the spiritual realm, because when you do shit like that to people and it doesn't, it's supposed to carry on in real life. They wanted you stabbed. They wanted you shot at. They wanted you raped. They wanted me. I saw this shit in a download. I'm a prophetic dreamer. My dreams, the answers in the people's faces are revealed to me in my sleep. I know what you wanted from me, but I love you. Why should I hate you? I'm okay. I'm alive. God got me. You're not God. You can't be my judge and my jury. You can never take my life, for you didn't create it. You didn't give it to me. Many people have died today because of these people playing God. And they are reaping everything today. 2019, it was done for many of you. All my life, if I could remember it, I've been through some type of hell, as if somebody had my life cursed way before I was even born. But yet I'm telling you that God knew me before I was even knitted in my mother's stomach. So who are you to try to take my life? But who am I to judge you? My job is to say thank you, because everything that's coming from me in tenfolds is because of you. You tried to kill me. Now I do got 9 lives. I heard somebody saying she got 9 lives. I do got 9 lives. Aquarius has got a lot of lives. I'm not gonna do zodiac signs or anything like that. But I for some reason, I just got guided to say an Aquarius, because there's an Aquarius man out there. You got 9 lives. You got 9 lives, but I think for you, I think it's the end of the line, because you've taken lives, I'm hearing right now. It's done. I'm awakened. It ends with me. It ends with a lot of divine masculine and a divine feminine. I'm not going backwards, yo. I'm not going backwards. I'm not going backwards to no one, to anyone. God himself has to tell me. God is telling me who my person is. I don't move without God. He is my first true love. He is my father. He is my brother. He is my everything. And if you think I haven't forgiven you, or I still don't love you, you must be out of your mind. Because I want you to win. I'm not you. I want you to win, whether you believe me or not. But you cannot ride with me if you left me to crumble and to die. You need to find your own path. With me, it's not gonna be, because there was nobody that put on a shield and a sword for me. They heard through the grapevine. I keep seeing a vine right now. You heard through a grapevine instead of running towards me to help me to fight this battle. I did it on my own. And you know what? I didn't do it on my own. I don't need to see what was around me to know that there was some powerful beings next to me. Because let me tell you, my life is worthy. I might have looked like chump change to you guys. I might have looked like a bottle in a recycling bin. All while along, God had this cover all over me. No one could see who I truly was. And I know who I am. And I am amazed. It's incredible who I am. Many of you know who I am. I am the daughter of God that woke up and stood in her power. And I know the power that I have in my hands, because God trusts me with it. He trusts me to know what to do with it, like he does many of you, divine masculine, divine feminine. Do not doubt. Do not go backwards. You did all this work. They didn't do it. They can't come. They can't just hop on the, I was going to say wagon, and God was like, you got a whole entire ship. I'm hearing Titanic. Some of you even heard that song, the Titanic song, and you guys saw the movie. So this could be confirmation for you. So California, somebody's materialistic, somebody self-indulge, is in a pleasure seeker for self-gratification as well. I'm getting, yeah, so this person goes there maybe for another family or maybe work, and the work is prostitution. So I heard Sweet Caroline, Sweet Caroline, Sweet Caroline. I know many of you know that song. And Caroline is the daughter of Jacqueline and John F. Kennedy, their daughter. And Neil Diamond sings the song. And I'm getting to somebody find you sweet. Somebody had a diamond ring for you. But I'm getting, though, that ring belonged to a very young girl. Because I'm picking up a young girl, because when Neil Diamond sang this song, her name is Caroline. It could be somebody in North Carolina or South Carolina, or this person's name could just be Caroline, a white little girl. I'm getting somebody got involved with a young chick here. It could be somebody's sister. But I'm also picking, this song here is this young chick had the whole bridge where you thought she was only with you and she belonged to you, as you say it, because people don't, it's not possession. But I'm getting like, I thought she only belonged to me, but she belonged to the whole bridge of people. She was sleeping around. She was a pleasure seeker. She did it for money, for gratification. She indulged in these things because of the materialism that's in California, depending on where you live too. It's not, I'm telling you, if you know what you are, you laugh, because you're wasting all this money on trying to cut yourself up to look like a certain person or your body. We all are different. Your energy's not gonna change. Some people are wanting to look like these Chinese. What is up with these Asian? Like, I'm picking up Asian big time here. A real bad Asian person could be a trans, because Stacy and Darcy, that show, kind of creeped up on my they're funny. I love those girls. They're very positive, and they go, you know what, I have to give it to them. A lot of people sit back, they'll talk junk about them. They might have a lot of inner work, because they fix the outside to feel like they love themselves how they look now. I don't know. I just think they destroy themselves, because like when I tell you the eyes is in the eyes of the beholder, is the truth. Because if they saw how beautiful they were back then, my God, but they want to look like a puffed up fake doll. And the thing is, I love their attitude though. They're so beautiful, but they're such a super empath. They do so much for everybody. And that's how we were. We were an unhealed super empath. And we do have a super path. Thank you. Somebody sees themselves as Batman, or somebody's called Batman. That's what I'm hearing right now. So this could be a message for you. But the thing is, they had models modeling, and that Chinese, that didn't seem like a Chinese lady to me. That was a trans. That was a trans modeling for them, okay, as a woman. And I'm getting like these men want to look like them Chinese, like the singers. They cut themselves up to look a certain way. I'm picking up on an Asian person. I am big time here. Okay, somebody can have a lot of kids too. The last song that sang, I heard Madman Across the Water, and this is what I got when I put this here. But I also got somebody found out the whole truth. They're just upset. Instead of crying, they're having anger, so they're going to project it onto you. And you are the gold. You are the golden nugget. You're the one that's going to say, slow your roll, because we are not the problem. We're not the issue. You created it, you allowed it, and you invited it into your life. That's why it's important to get to know somebody, not what somebody can do for you. And I'm getting a lot of rug burns on somebody. So that's what they were doing for you. Wow. Accordingly to everybody else as well. So I heard Bee Gees, I'm staying alive. Somebody's like, I'm staying alive. They've gained some strength. And I'm picking up somebody in New York. You could live in New York. And I'm picking up that you're surviving, because the song is about survival on the streets of New York. That you're not going anywhere, but you need help. Somebody, please help me. It's like you gave up on yourself, like you wanted to die. But you're like, nah, I need somebody to help me. Okay? And listen to God's guidance. If you need help, you need to go to those that will help you with their best intentions, because some people's life is so miserable, they'll give you miserable advice. Who is anybody that's living a life of misery to give you good advice? They'll never do it, because they don't operate like that. If they're allowing it into their lives and they're carrying it forth, they will want you in the same predicament. If you are a group of women that sleep with a group of people that are married, somebody that does not, believe in that, they're not going to want to join their group. That's how it is. They do the same thing. The people that stay in the same organization, the same occult, the same group, the same tradition, they do the same things. Because if you do join them, they're going to say things like, you think you're perfect. They're not going to see it as, maybe I should do that. People that are miserable and they're insecure, they're the most dangerous people here on earth. They will want the worst. They will want to defame, like, I'm telling you, they will want to rip your name apart and make people that are good for you in your path. If you have your own mind, no one can sway you. If you want to get to know somebody, you're going to get to know somebody for them. But I'm getting many of them lost opportunities with us because they chose to believe the next of kin. They weren't even man or woman enough to go and believe and get to know the other person. They took somebody's word for it. And mind you, these people couldn't stand you. They was very envious and jealous. And they saw you as, you think you're perfect. You think you're Miss Goody Two-Shoe or Mr. Goody Two-Shoe. You got some nerve to be judging people. That's what I'm hearing right now. This is going to resonate with most, okay? I got my angel book and I just happened to open it. This is for anyone that needs to hear this. This is going to be your confirmation. I got the number 5. The number 5 speaks about change. So 5:19, okay? Your angel guidance is to relax and breathe. You don't need to fight to prove yourself on your power. Let your work speak for itself. Do you hear what I just finished telling you? Don't need to get out of pocket. Your actions vindicate who you are. You don't need to cuss anybody out if they cussing you out. It's none of your business. You have nothing to do with nothing. Just sit and listen. It's your time to step back. That was one of my videos. I don't know when that video stopped downloading, but I saw that it did download. But that video was up downloading for 2 days. I couldn't believe it. So you know what? It downloaded. It's going to download for somebody that needed to hear it at that specific time. So you don't need to be getting all worked up. You don't need to call somebody and say, blah, blah. Somebody had told me something recently about a family member. This person wanted me to go call my family member and go cuss them out. I don't care. Dude, let me tell you something. That family member, does her job. She takes the trash out for other people. If a man could be persuaded by another person, by another woman, or a woman could be swayed out of the path by what they said, you just took out the garbage. This person didn't give two shits about you. They went and believed. Let me tell you something. If I liked a man, really, really liked him, and if somebody says something about him, I'm still gonna go and talk to the man, because I want to learn who that guy is. I'm not gonna take somebody's word for it. I always tell somebody the truth about somebody. Well, somebody was a liar, but you can talk and get. I'm not telling you not to go talk to them. You could go, but I'm gonna tell you what I know about this person, because that person was involved with me. I'm not gonna speak of somebody that I don't know or hardly know, or lie. Many of you have lied through the skins of your teeth on some of the men and women. So the other person, your fault too, because you believed it. To me, you're a people pleaser. You're an ass kisser. You're a follower. You're not a leader. You don't forge nothing for you. You listen to other people. So you're in the same predicament. So for you to come back and talk about certain people, you need to speak on your behalf, not on somebody else's. But for me, I'm not calling anybody. I fight for love. I don't fight over it. I'll never fight anybody for another person. Never. Because if the person chose their path and how to go about it and listen and believe, that's your fault. That's not nobody's fault. Nobody put a gun to your head and made you believe it. You believed it. You pulled your own trigger. The number 520, your connection to God is stronger than ever. Welcome home to love. 521, what you are seeing in others is a reflection of what is also within you. Let go of the need to judge. See the world through loving eyes. Do you understand? I just finished telling you guys that. God wants you to see them through his eyes, through God's eyes. See another person's point of view. Thank you, Spirit. See their point of view. Okay? Understand them as to oppose of trying to change them. You are in a powerful space that is connected with the energy of forgiveness. Many of us, we have been forgave, but it's going to be in your face now. It's a test. Do you really forgive these people? Do you? When you know the truth, when they come and tell you the truth of what they did or what they wanted for you, are you honestly going to believe them? You best to believe it. It's going to confirm a lot of the things you've been saying. Not only that, have you truly forgiven them? Your life speaks for itself. I'm not sick. People say Spirit said, you glowy beam. Okay. People see the glow in you. They see the change in you. You look different. You speak differently. You act different. You're more outgoing. Maybe if you were more closed, you didn't say much. You're speaking. You're standing in your power. They see this. You all know I forgave you. I don't care if I don't know who you are. I forgave you. I saw what's going to happen to you. I cried for you. I asked God to comfort you because the devil is repaying you. You got to pay the piper. That's what I just heard. Pay the piper time. God has nothing to do with what you did. But if you did it to his child, his wrath is coming down on you. And plus what you owe Satan. Do you understand me? I'm going to repeat this again. Many of you owe Satan for your deeds, what he did for you. for the past and the present. But the present, you messed with the wrong person. So you got to deal with God's wrath as well. So I pay for your, I want to say that I cry for many of you. And I ask God to comfort you. Because I believe in change. I believe somebody can change. I don't want to give up our humanity. Know that forgiveness is the remembering that you can never really be hurt, for nothing can tarnish your soul. Number 522. Okay, Spirit wants me to go back to 521. What you are seeing in another person is a reflection of what is also within you. So if somebody comes into me and say, bitch, this is all happening because of you. You're a bitch. This person, this, I'm going to say, explain to me in a kind way. We're going to talk about it. We're going to communicate. I'm not going to respond the same way as you're responding to me, because I know I'm not a bitch. I know you're not a bitch. I know that hurt people hurt people. This is the change within me. I can't say nothing that's not a reflection of me. If you call me a bitch, I call you back a bitch just because you feel as though you're a bitch. This is what 521 is. What you are seeing in others is a reflection of what is also within you. Let go the need to judge and see the world and the word through God's loving eyes. I can't do it even if I wanted to, because I'm so aligned with God. It's not funny. Number 523. You are stepping forward and stepping up. Know that you are on the right path. Divine feminine, divine masculine, I'm not going to tell you again. You're on the right path. Do not veer to the left. Do not veer to the right. Keep moving forward, forward, forward. There was a painting I had here with a girl in a suitcase walking forward towards the sun. It was so bright. She had her hands up like this. Please move forward. 524. Angels are supporting you and your loved ones as you move into a harmonious and serene state. Confirmation. 524. Many of you, this is going to happen for us in May. This is what I just heard. May. Okay, something in May. Something happened last year, 2021 in March for many of you. Okay, that could be also a confirmation. 525. The energy of wellness, miracles, and hope is surrounding you, your loved ones, and your relationship at this time. Embrace all that is meaningful to you. Okay? 526. You were born to be light, bright, and filled with joy. Take time to make sure your relationships are allowing you to be your best self. Do not go back to those relationships that's not causing you to see yourself in a higher purpose. If somebody drinks excessively, yells excessively, does drugs, projects their anger onto you, what? You're not aligning yourself to a person. The person has to be equally yoked as you. Even if you send these people off, it's going to push them into a better spot. It's their choice. You can tell them, this denial I'm giving you can either make you or break you. Many of these people that you're sending away, they could be your person. I'm not speaking of me. I'm speaking of you. This person could be your person. If you push them and you get to where you need to get in your journey, because if you see a lot of movies that's been assigned for me to watch, A lot of the women and the men go without the woman and like they go without their counterpart. And then they go meet when the woman has become a writer or something drastic has caused something to happen. It brings them back together, but they're already established in success. They've been, they've been fulfilled in their journey. Because many of them can't go with you because they didn't do the same work as you were doing it, the same time frame, because they chose to be toxic. I'll never forget, while I'm doing my inner work, somebody in the past called me and said, I'm hungry. Can you make me food? I was like, no. Can I go over? Is there something you want to talk about? No. I said no. I'm telling you, if I wasn't healing and if I wasn't doing the inner work, that person would be welcomed with a hot ass meal just so he could bounce and take his full ass stomach somewhere else and act like he didn't care because I fed him. This is what these people would have done, is doing now. They're using you as a supply, okay? You make their feet look nice. You make their hands look nice. You hook them up. You take the pain away from their back, or but then they take it on to another person, as if they're the shit. They take it on to somebody that won't do it to them. All because this person looked good on the side of them, better. I guess better. They look better on the side of them. Beside them. What are you, garbage? What are you, chopped liver? You think you're mistress? You think you're a mistress or a side man or a side piece to these men? We're not like that. We're not option. We're not an option. And these people didn't even do it for us. So they can take the L. This is my L. They can take my L and keep it moving. They could stay right with the people they want to stay with. That doesn't do anything for them. I'm not no freebie. I'm not no free show. If you don't do the same, it's 100-100. It's not 50-50. It's 100-100. You put in 100, I put in 100. Confirmation. So I'm going to tell you, this is going to resonate with some of the scriptures that were pulled out. And I'm going to see this just like it is. Spirit wanted me to leave it just like this. John. Some of your birthday could be January 14. Okay? But this stayed just like this. Spirit guided me to leave it like that. John. This is what God wanted me to tell you, is that many of the plans that you had in your heart is not the plan that God has for you. Okay? Then I heard, first, I thank God through Jesus Christ for all of you, because your faith is being reported all over the world. Many divine masculine, divine feminine, the stuff that we have said are coming true. They know your truth. They know that God is real. They know you speak the truth because it's happened to them. They mocked you. They laughed at you. And you bless them. You bless them. You love them. You send them light. They're getting tarot readings done on you. Because I saw a Ouija board. I saw a globe. Somebody could see through a ball and know stuff. They could see what you're doing. Many of them are eavesdropping on my table here. There's a lot of signs that angel, Mark, somebody's name could be Mark. There you go. You see that? I'm telling you, Spirit puts it in my mouth. And many of you could see it. So I'm not stuttering. Because somebody was making fun of my I'm not stuttering. Somebody could be a stutter, like they stutter with their words. They could be stutter, like they can't get their words out. I'm picking up as well, but Spirit places words in our mouths, some of us. And Mark could be one that does the rituals. It's called monitoring spirits, where they could see you and watch your every move, where you go, who you're with, what you're doing on your table. How are you getting these answers? By God, buddy. That's how I get my answers. God. And God lets you see what he wants you to see. So a lot of them that made fun, now they're like, dang. They want to come back to be like, I'm so sorry. Everything you said was true. You were right all along. Oh my gosh, look, I can't make this up. I didn't even read this when it came out, but look what it says. Bless those that persecute you. Do not curse. Do not curse them, but bless them. Okay? Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. And I just heard those that are get blessed are the ones that are peacemakers. I'm not about to argue with anybody. I'm not going back and forth. I'm just not doing it. You want to talk like two people? Two brothers and sisters, or two brothers, if there's two brothers, two sisters, cousin, sister, whatever you are, ex-lover, whatever, you don't want to talk like a person, do not reach out. I'm hearing, but I'm scared of rejection. Dude, you need to move forward. You need to talk to somebody. Just talk. We all get rejected. Rejection is going to push you to be a better person, or it's for your protection. Either or, take it. Be a woman and a man about it. Let me tell you, you could get a lot of insight on Quora. Some trolls put some stupid questions up there. Stupid, and I know who they are. Stupid questions. You just have to laugh it off. A lot of them, I laugh it off, okay? And if you go to Quora, Quora, it's a site. It's where people places their questions and you can answer them. And let me tell you, there was a guy on the narcissistic page that said the girl keeps on saying, I don't know why you don't want to talk to me. That right there, he amazed me at what he said. He said, that's the reason why I won't talk to her, because she doesn't know the reason. She's going to come back to talk to him and deny it. She's in denial right now. You know why he's not talking to you. Many of them will text you and be like, act like you're a whole different person. You haven't changed your number for years. But yet, this female will freaking text you like she's talking to another dude to get you out of pocket or to get you to talk to her. They'll do anything for you to give them any kind of energy. I know who to answer to on Quora and who not to. Some people, I know who you are. I answer you because I want to answer you. And trust me, I bet you feel my energy when I answer you. There's one chick on there saying that, oh, my ex-narc has this other ex-narc that tries to be me. And honey, it is you that's going after the other person's page. You're the one that's checking out the pictures. You are sus just by putting that, oh, what should I do? You should stop watching their page. You saying they're watching your page. How would you know that? You're watching her page. You're jocking her. So a lot of the times I know who to answer to and who not to. Go ahead, do all your tarot readers. You're going to find out I never did no magic. I don't stalk people. I don't want to look like nobody. I am not no copycatter. My beauty is within. If a dude sees me as just beautiful, I will kick you to the curb. There is more to me than my face that meets the eye. I challenge your mind. Many of them have low IQs. They can't even spell. They can't even write correctly, but then they'll lie to you that they're doctors and they're lawyers, etc., but they can't speak and they can't write for shit. Pay attention, dude. These people tell on themselves all the time. You gotta love them, though. Some of you are in distress. You're depressed, you're in pain, and God saying, call on them. I call on the Lord in my distress, and he answers me. Many of you are getting answered. Many of you are seeing what the miracles of God can happen, and it's happening like that. When I told you, them words came out of my mouth, and God answered me in 5 seconds and sent me a psychic right inside that store. I'll never forget it. It was Burlington. I was guided to call certain people, and those 3 people let me down 3 times. I just had it. I just had it. And all I said was, God, don't you love me? He sent me somebody in that store in 5.5 seconds. That lady knew me from in and out, even my culture. Nobody could see me, and guess who I am? She said it, bam, like confirmation. God was in that store. He sent me like with my eyes popping out of my head. But still, at that time, I was very like belief in tradition and culture. Like, oh, we don't do psychics. Psychics are evil. But God just right there showed me how much psychics are not evil. Those are gifts. It's the way you work with your gifts. That's what you make evil. How you get your answers. Who do you call to? Who do you pray for your answers? That's what makes it a sin, not your gifts. All right. In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. Many of you are in pain, and when you're crying and screaming and moaning and groaning in pain, those are prayers. Tears are prayers. You might not know what to say to God to pray, what to pray for, but God knows what you need. It's like me every day. There's something that I need to know. There's something that I need to how to move. Sometimes I don't know how to pray for it. I don't know how to. God already knows. He already got you. He already got you. That's why the worrying and the stress and causing yourself distress is not worth it. If you know that you are sitting in God's hands like that. Many of you don't believe in God. That's why you act like that. But that causes you to have illness when you do that, when you worry, ulcers, that all migraines, that all comes from evil. Evil likes to intimidate, likes to have you in despair. You ever had a family member when you're down and you're crying, be like, I told you not to do that. You're a bitch. You're dumb. You're worthless. Who are you? These are the people that should be loving you and saying, you know what, things happen. Hugging you and making you feel secure, supported, and loved. They don't. They want to tell you how to live. They want to tell you that the Bible says this, that God's going to put you to hell, bring you to hell. You're going to do that. No, I don't think so. If, say, your son came to you and said you were gay, who are you to tell your son to change because he's going to hell? Who are you? Who are you to ever say something like that? You're his mother. You should be nurturing him. You should have accepted him from the time he told you. From the time he gave you the call, or the time he sat you down, or the time that he texted you, you should have said, I love you, my son, no matter what. I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to support you. That is your job as a mother and a father. That child has a relationship all on his own or her own with God, not you. You are the parent. You're not God. Everybody has their own way of living, their own purpose, their own path, and their own destiny. We don't have a right to tell somebody who they are and who they're not. Your words belong to you. Don't you forget the decisions you made when you were younger. A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Many of you have osteoporosis at a young age, and I'm talking about physically. Many of you are getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier, or heavier or heavier or heavier. Many of you have no peace in your heart. You have hate. You have revenge. You're vengeful. You gossip. What makes you happy is going out, is drinking, is traveling with the same group. You guys have disgusting mannerism of showing love. That's what I'm getting. Don't hate the hater. Don't hate the hater. I just said don't hate the hater. So somebody thinks divine masculines and divine feminines are the haters, that we're hating. We are not hating. We send out love. Just, I'm telling you, you have no idea how much love we send forth. My message was don't hate the messenger. But somebody's saying a haters hate don't hate the hater. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is saying you shouldn't hate your haters. Point blank, I've been saying this for as long as I can remember. We need to bless them because they hate themselves. They do. They have a lot of hate in their heart. I'm going to lie right now. I'm going to tell you that we were raised on love because we was not. The roof, the food, the clothes, and waking us up, bringing us to church, doing this, that was love. If you got love growing up, you're lucky. That's providing. You're lucky too. You're blessed. Because many of these people that have the didn't. They didn't. It was always, why are you doing this? Why are you saying that? Why are you living this way? What? You know what I mean? You get trapped. Especially if you're getting beat up for being who you are. That's abuse. You lose your identity. You just don't care no more. So you go looking for the things that's inside you in other people, in places and in things. Some of you do not have peace in your heart, and your body is rotting away with illness. I don't know why I'm seeing sunken eyes like raccoon. Somebody's like looking really, really sick. Like somebody that looked tough is walking around, pity party, is looking weak. You know, and I pray for a lot of these people. I pray. I love you. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you want it. But you have to seek God. Many of you are not seeking God. And this is what I just said not too long ago. Unless you people see signs, okay? Unless you people see signs and wonders, Jesus told them you will never believe. You all need to see it to believe it. I heard it right now. I need to see it to believe it. I need to see her doing this to believe it. I need to see him do this to believe it. Well, heifer, believe it because I believe it. I'm going to be where I said I'm going to be. I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to set my mind to it. I'm going to move with my body. And I'm going to move with faith and hope that God has this already written for me. I'm not investing my money and my time on things that's not going to work out for me. But who are you to say you'll see it to believe it? When are you going to get up and start believing in yourself and move instead of worrying about somebody else's life? But how see it to believe it? Okay. Believe in yourself. Don't be trying to go and see and believe what other people got. You need to see it to believe it. Do you see the oxygen you breathe? But I bet if God cuts that oxygen off, you'll be like, ooh, 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 ooh. Do you believe then? Do you see oxygen you can breathe? Earth is the only place you can breathe. This space, this earth, this planet. Isn't that amazing? The planet that God created. That's God for you. God is my oxygen. I don't see him, but I know he's there for me. And whatever we got, all of you watching, whatever the path that God sent you, you already know you got multiple times. Listen, you got, if there's something that keeps popping up in your feed over and over and over again, and something cuts off to try to get your attention, that is your path. You need to move. You need to believe it. Yes, believe it. Ask right now, what are you supposed to do? It might not be a lifelong thing that you were supposed to do, but it's going to get you to the door where God needs somebody to see you in order to grab you. If God told you to leave that job, leave that job. Don't doubt what you hear. You're gifted. You're seeing signs. You're seeing auras in people. You're hearing things that are good. Now, if you're hearing whispers of go kill the whole damn church, then that's the devil. God's not sending you to kill anybody. I want to make that clear, because Spirit is like wanting me to make this clear. There is a really bad story on the news right now where the father killed all the kids and chaperone and all that. Maybe the children told the truth, and this person took it to the grave and took everybody else with it. I'm telling you, there's a truth somewhere. People just don't kill people for nothing. People are not dying for nothing. There's a reason for it. People are opening portals to spiritual realms and inviting things in, calling things out of the portals to come out, to cause evil. It's in the air. Energy is carried forth in the air. In the air. All of these things are in the air. It's evil. But the deaths within the families and the stuff like this, the murdering, it's all to cover. Some people are going to the grave with secrets. They're taking it to hell with them. They rather burn in hell for eternity. There's plenty of people that God has showed signs to in hell. I'm telling you, there is a heaven. I've been there. And it's the most beautiful place ever. I was perfect there. I didn't care what I looked like. It's like a feeling as if my family was all with me still, so I didn't miss anybody. But because I was in heaven, not by my God's accordance, because it was rituals that sent me there, people were playing with my heart. They caused me to have a heart problem. And I literally died. That's like a story that I've never told anybody. But I went to heaven, and there was two angels. I remember not passing those two angels. I remember seeing the Spirit of God there. I remember seeing people swaying. I remember the color lavender, and there was glitter all over. It was the most beautiful place ever. The light didn't hurt my eyes. It was gorgeous. When I tell you it was gorgeous, it was gorgeous. It is worth everything that the world cannot offer. All of this junk doesn't even matter. The purses and the name brand shit, none of it. But I got asked whether I wanted to stay or come back. And I remembered one kid. I remembered my son, and I came back because he was still little. And I said, I have my son though. I said, no one can take care of him like I can. And I woke up like nothing. I woke up, and that was the beginning. That was the beginning of me being ripped apart. And let me tell you, it's not. I'm telling you, your skin is going to shed like you're gonna get scales. You're gonna itch. Nothing's wrong with you. Many of you are going to go into a mental institution, and it's okay. It's okay that you do so, because let me tell you, I pat myself in the back, and I thank God that I was strong enough, and I believed in God. I was consulting God from day one, so I knew God and angels were with me, as well as the devil in the beginning. The devil was with me. It was making me trying to do crazy stuff. I did one thing I wasn't supposed to do. I was dabbling to cut off people out of my life. Like, I didn't want to think about it. And during the awakening process, there's certain people that's going to be in your head, like, ugh, like you need to call them, you need to go get them, it's the devil's telling you, you need to do that, you need to do that, you need to do that. And it was something on the internet for me to cut ties with them. I'm telling you right now, the devil and angels be like this, head to head at you, trying to win you. And it is up to you what you do. And the minute I found out that was the devil, I said, I said, no. I went right back to praying. And let me tell you, that's when God said, gotcha. It's our choice. If we keep our eyes always on the Lord, with him at his right hand, we will never be shaken. Do you understand? We can never be shaken. No one can ever put fear in us. They will come to you and say, I'm going to have somebody following you. I'm going to have somebody kill you. I'm going to have somebody do this. You don't know who I am. I'm dangerous. I can send people to come. Guess what? Send them. And God's going to stop them right in their track. Baby boo. Okay, don't test God. Do not test God ever. The last one here is, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. You absolutely got that right. I fear God in a wonderful way. When God tells me to move and to do what I need to do, I will do it. And sometimes I call myself slow, because a lot of the times I'm not getting the message. Let me tell you something. God will cut off my Wi-Fi, and he's done it. Like, if you're not going to listen? Like, I laughed. I said, oh. It was one day they gave me extra energy. It was like, I got to get to this girl. They don't give up. I love them with all of me. I'm like not getting it. I want to watch my program. And let me tell you, I couldn't sleep. It's like they gave me an extra energy. And I want to continue, like sneak. It's like I'm sneaking to make the Wi-Fi work. It was so funny the way I was acting. I was subconsciously doing this. Like, I hope this Wi-Fi works. I'm like, yes, it's working. All of a sudden, the same thing came on, the same infomercial for me. I said, oh, is that what you want me to do? Yes, that's what and I laughed and laughed and laughed. If they know that you are just not getting it, it's okay. They're not holding you to it. It's when you know and you're like, whatever, I'll do it. I'll do it later. No, the door of opportunity doesn't stay open very, very much. And I remember when somebody sent me a really bad energy where I didn't want to get up for 3 days. They wanted me to be depressed and stuck, right? And let me tell you something. When I got out of it, when God is like, it's like the angels and spirit guides, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, what am I doing? What am I doing? It was like, nobody's after you. Your path is clear. Nothing's happening to you. God got it. What are you trying to figure out? Why are you sitting there? That's not your energy. I'm like, what? You I just like, whoom, got out of that couch and was like, then I started crying. I asked God to forgive me, and God said, it's okay. What you just did is nobody that did it to you. It's from your past. It's like a little debt that you owed. Nobody sent you that. It is somebody else's energy, but you're not carrying that person's energy. That was who you were in the past. It's like a little bit of karma that you have to deal with. It's something you never dealt with. You played yourself small. You were seeing yourself in a little small self, like your little eye. Your little, like they showed me a little eye and I was looking through it. No, open your eyes wide. You are more than you think you are. These people know you're powerful. They don't want you to move forward. This is what you did. When they knew who you are, you hid. So I'm like, oh, okay. So God's like, you're good. I'm here for you. I'm never gonna, doors do shut if you sabotage it yourself. Like God knows you. God knows what you're doing. And sometimes it takes me a little bit to get shit, because I'm like, oh, like, aha, ding, ding, ding. Like, I know when they're like, when I hear ding, ding, like they're making fun of me. Like, ready to rumble? Let's go, rock on, All right. So does somebody live in, because I kept hearing Delaware. Does somebody live in Newcastle? Does somebody live in Dover? Or somebody's initial V? Could live in Vermont, maybe. I think that, is there a New Jersey, Delaware? Maybe a Delaware, I'm just hearing New Jersey and then Delaware. So I need you to prepare your mind for action. Have self-control. Set your hope fully on the grace to be given to you when Jesus Christ is revealed. You got it? Jesus Christ revealed. I don't know. Something's going to happen here. Is your name Peter? Somebody's going to see who Jesus is. That's what I'm hearing. I'm channeling, guys. Just give me a moment, okay? What else, Spirit? Somebody's name could be Grace. Somebody could love the color red. Somebody, their sacral chakra, that's creativity. Somebody's not even sexually active anymore. That's what I'm hearing. All right, so this is a message for somebody that the Lord is compassionate and merciful. And he's very slow to get angry. And he is filled with unfailing love. He died for us when we were sinners. Does God still love you while you're sinning? Yes, he does, unconditionally. I am proof, and I can tell you right now that I love everybody unconditionally. I don't care who you are or what you've done to me. There was something that came out that I loved. It was this card. Someone's in love. Somebody is deeply in love with you. They want to tell you this. I'm hearing you may experience the love of Christ. Then you will be made complete with all the fullness of life. Ephesians 3:19. Your birthday could be on March 19 as well. Let me tell you, this right here made me bawl out. Because it's the truth. May you experience the love of Christ, then you will. Let me tell you. The love that I encountered, it's like no other, guys. It will keep you humbled. It will keep you quiet. It will keep you so at peace with harmony. You will be able to contain it. Like right now, they're loving me. All of them. God. All of the light beings. I don't care who it is. Like people argue how God looks. What God's name is. God said, I am who I am. Dude, none of us has seen him. What's important? Give the right important message. Stop listening to spiritualists. Stop listening to people that's overseas and they talk about the color of God. Don't be worshiping no white God, this, and that. Preach love. It's not about the color of God and who God belongs to. God belongs to nobody. He is in all of us. Stop. See God. When you're suffering, you see God. What is more? God will appear to you. What is more comfortable to you? God will appear to you as a mother, as a father, as a sister, as a brother, as a lover. Any way God can come to you is how you see God. Stop preaching about a white God. You are all you're taking people's thoughts and you're making them hate. You're segregating people. You're separating people. That's not God's message. God's message is about love. Okay? God's message is about love. And you will feel complete. Stop worrying about. You can call God Adonai. Sometimes I call God Adonai. He could be Allah. His name is Baba. Okay? In India, they call him Baba. They call God every name. Jehovah, Messiah. Okay? Stop. He said, I am who I am. God is a spirit. He's a light. Jesus came down because he took that light and he placed it in human form. Jesus wasn't even created with two people having intercourse. He was created in Mary's womb with her permission. For those that believe and those that don't, that's your problem. But stop worrying about the miscellaneous stuff. God is love and he commands all of us to love one another. That's it. Stop placing judgment. God said, honor your mother and your father. God didn't say honor the narcissistic mother and the narcissistic father. Or evil people in your family. No. We are all the same. We die. We're born. We're created with the same thing, which is dust. Dust to dust, ashes to ashes. God took from the man and created the woman. We were all twin flames until Adam and Eve destroyed it by listening to the serpent, which is Satan. Satan wanted to come back and get God at all cost. He took the two that were twins, twin flames. They were created from each other. They had each other's half soul. We're the ones that destroy it because of Genesis, the book of Genesis. Go read it for everybody that does not believe in what the twin flame connection is all about. We would have all been twin flames, but unfortunately we're not anymore. There are soulmates and there are twin flames. Twin flames cannot be destroyed. Even if they decline the journey, you will always think of that person. You share the soul of the other person. Stop running around talking about, well, my twin flame this, my twin flame that, or start calling everybody narcs. Some people have narcissistic traits. They're not full-blown narcissistic individuals. You are not a licensed professional to call anybody a narcissistic person or a narc. People can carry the traits because they've been with one for so long. And there's some from childhood that is when it's created and they become full-blown narcs when they are adults. It starts when they're children from abuse. The worst kind possible. So stop. Stop running around talking about this, and that, or karmic. Karmic is not a person. Karmic is something that somebody does. And many people, their lives is to be a karmic. That's why you need to forgive when people has betrayed you and hurt you. Their purpose in life is to do this, is to destroy people, to push them. But when God tells this person to stop, they need to stop. And many of them didn't. So God had to, they allowed the devil to stop them in their track. Many of them have HIV and they're spreading it around. Something has happened to stop you. It's either going down underground. Many of the karmic people that decide to choose to live a karmic life, they're either going 6 feet under, in jail, or they're sick. I guarantee you. There's a lot of misery that's going to happen in their lives. Some people have done the worst, that they've been, cut from their family. And what they'll say is, I don't give a shit, I don't care, and they'll leave. You have to let them go. If they don't want help and they don't want to go get it, if they don't believe they need it, there's nothing you can do. Now, if somebody's asking for help and they're willing to get help, that's different. You could direct them, but they have to do it themselves with your support, with you saying, I'm here for you whenever you need me. That's different. I might do, because I'm getting, some channeling here, and I'll pray on it. I'll meditate on what God wants me to do the reading, but I'll do a card reading later on. I just needed to put this forward because I do feel better, and it was just messages that I needed to get out to many of you, cross watchers and divine feminine, divine masculine. I send you all love and light and blessings, and I know many of you are going through a whole lot, and I advise you to make the right decision. All right? Blessings, and I'll check you guys out later. All right? Thanks for diving in with Divine. I'm Divine Diva 222. I'll check you out later. Bye.